There's darker than most fans expected, and we're about to unpack everything. From her twisted past and deadly decisions to the fragile facade of her new life, this season forces Georgia to answer for everything. And it might just destroy the only thing she's ever cared about, her family. Georgia Miller isn't your average mom. And by now, viewers know she's no innocent Southern belle. From day one, she's been a survivor, a woman willing to do whatever it takes to protect her kids, even if that means breaking the law or bending the truth until it snaps. But season 3 starts with a stark reminder. Some sins catch up with you, no matter how fast you run. Her arrest at the altar isn't just shocking, it's symbolic. The wedding was supposed to be her fresh start, a second chance with Paul, a new life for her children. Instead, it turns into a crime scene, with stunned guests and flashing lights. The charge? The murder of Tom Fuller. But for those who've been paying it and death, think straight. Georgia Miller has blood on her hands. That's not speculation, it's fact. Across 2 seasons, we've seen her involved in 3 confirmed deaths, each more disturbing than the last. And season 3 doesn't hold back on revisiting these incidents, framing them not as isolated accidents, but as a pattern of quiet violence justified by survival. Her first victim? Anthony Green, a man viewers barely knew until season 3 peeled back another layer of Georgia's haunted past. The flashbacks show a young Georgia trying to rebuild her life after years on the run. She marries Anthony, a hotel owner in New Orleans, after getting caught running an illegal poker ring on his property. It wasn't love, it was strategy. But when Anthony becomes abusive, Georgia makes a chilling decision. She tries to drug him into silence, but the dose is too strong. He doesn't wake up. Was it murder? Was it an accident? The series doesn't answer directly, but it doesn't have to. The implication is enough. Georgia makes threats disappear. If there's one death that defined Georgia's transformation, it's the calculated poisoning of Kenny Drexel, her ex-husband, and the man who crossed an unforgivable line. In season 1, viewers learned that Kenny had inappropriately touched Georgia's daughter, Ginny, during a yoga session. Georgia didn't scream. She didn't call the police. Instead, she slipped Wolfbane into his smoothie. Moments later, Kenny was dead behind the wheel of his car. This wasn't rage. It was surgical. It was the first time we truly saw what Georgia was capable of when someone threatened her family, and it set the tone for everything that followed. She doesn't wait for justice, she becomes it. Section Fuller, the murder that brought her down. But it was Tom Fuller's death that finally shattered the illusion. Georgia believed she was doing something merciful. Tom was terminally ill, stuck in a hospital bed, barely alive. His wife, Cynthia, Georgia's close friend, was emotionally wrecked, admitting she didn't know how much longer she could live like this. So Georgia made a decision, one that, to her, felt kind. She smothered Tom with a pillow, ending his life quietly. But someone saw. Austin, her young son, was standing in the doorway. He never said a word, not until the wedding, when police stormed in to arrest Georgia for Tom's murder. Season 3 wastes no time showing how that moment shatters everything. Not just Georgia's freedom, but the trust between mother and son. Section 5, the fallout begins. The arrest sends shockwaves through Wellsbury. Paul is devastated. Ginny is confused and angry. And Austin, he's traumatized. Georgia has always tried to keep her past hidden from her kids, but now they can't escape it. Ginny begins questioning everything. Her mother's love, her motives, her morality. Is Georgia a hero, a villain, or something in between? The show doesn't answer easily. It wants viewers to sit in that discomfort, because in Ginny and Georgia, nothing is black and white, especially not when it comes to family. Meanwhile, the courtroom becomes Georgia's new battleground. She's no longer just fighting to survive. She's fighting for her identity, her children, and her freedom. One of the most heart-wrenching elements of season 3 is the breakdown of Georgia's relationship with Paul. What started as a picture-perfect romance now feels like a slow-motion collapse. Paul believed in Georgia. He proposed knowing she was complicated. But murder? That's not something you brush off. Throughout the season, we see Paul struggle with whether he can still stand by her side. And Georgia, who once believed she could charm her way out of anything, finds herself truly alone for the first time. It's not just romantic love she's losing, it's the trust of everyone she built her new life around. And for someone like Georgia, that kind of isolation is more terrifying than prison. While Georgia's world crumbles, Ginny's is evolving. Season 3 gives her more emotional weight than ever. She's caught between love and fear, wanting to protect her mother, but also terrified of what she might still be capable. And then there's Marcus. Their relationship continues to be a roller coaster of healing and heartbreak. But this time, Ginny's struggles aren't just about romance. They're about identity, independence, and breaking the cycle. As she learns more about Georgia's past, she's faced with a question no child should have to answer. Can you still love someone after knowing what they've done? As season 3 barrels toward its finale, one thing becomes clear. Georgia might not walk free this time. The evidence is real. The witnesses are credible, and for once, her charm might not be enough. But in true Ginny and Georgia fashion, the final episodes leave us with just enough mystery to spark wild speculation. A possible twist in the case, a surprise ally, a secret even deeper than the ones we know. Fans are already buzzing with theories. And Netflix hasn't confirmed if season 4 will be the last. But if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Georgia Miller doesn't go down without a fight. Season 3 proves what fans have long suspected. This isn't just a show about family drama. It's a slow-burning crime saga, a psychological portrait, and a twisted love letter to maternal instinct. Georgia may have spent her life trying to protect her children from her past, but the truth always finds a way out. And now, it's up to Ginny, Paul, and everyone else in her orbit to decide whether they can live with that truth or walk away for good. Because in the end, Georgia's not just fighting for redemption. She's fighting to prove that even someone with a past like hers deserves a future.